Yeah, I'm in Latvia. It's nice to be here again. And I was thinking about this yesterday. I made some notes so I could do many more live streams, hopefully, and more coaching sessions and help more people. Those of you that know me, continue to help you, and those of you that are new to my YouTube channel. Sorry, I've strong coffee today, a lot of walking. I'm a bit tired. Yeah, if you know my story, you know that I've struggled with an anxiety disorder pretty much all my life. I've never been diagnosed by a doctor or a psychologist or a therapist, so it's more of a self-diagnosis. But I kind of know that I've had it. But I've overcome I've overcome pretty much most of my anxieties, if not all of the anxieties I had in my 20s, and I've been coaching people now for over 12 years on the same thing really, and it's been a passion of mine and an ongoing fascination to learn more about anxiety and how to overcome it, how to get better with it, and how to build more confidence and live a better life. One of the things I realized from my own experiences with suffering with anxiety, and at periods really bad, and then overcoming it and being really confident and doing this for a living, which is something that I love. It's a lot easier. I've realised that, and this might take people a bit of time to understand this. It might be a bit confusing. It's actually, sorry, talking about easier. I'm charging this phone and trying to balance it. Not an easy thing to do. It's easier to face your anxieties than it is to think about facing them. And I'll give an example why. So doing this trip again to Latvia, traveling, which was something that I used to be terrified of doing. I never did it all throughout my 20s and my early 30s. I only started traveling really in my 30s, and now I'm 40. And I used to think about traveling, and my mind I couldn't comprehend it. I used to just think, no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's too scary. I won't be able to do it. I'm not intelligent enough. It's going to be too stressful. In my own head, I made it like rocket science. I made it something that it wasn't, because I built this fear up for so many years, and I built an identity around who I am and what I'm capable of doing, and how I just couldn't do it. I told myself that I couldn't do it. So when I eventually faced a lot of other fears in my life and started teaching and became such a much more confident person in so many different areas of life, especially with speaking to people, getting over social anxiety, which was another big anxiety for me that plagued me for more than a decade of my life, all throughout my 20s. So overcoming so many fears, traveling was like the last one on my list, and now I'm doing it. It's almost like it's a lot easier to do it, because when you're thinking about it, you're just living in fantasy. You're just playing out worst case scenarios, and you're just living in what if. And when you sit down and think about something that you want to do, and then you get scared, you just make it worse by over-analyzing and catastrophizing, and you just get all those negative emotions and all the horror stories. When you actually just go and do it and make a decision to do it, although it's uncomfortable in stages, it's just easier. You just adapt. It's common sense. So traveling for me now is not even half as scary as it used to be. I'm so much more relaxed now because of doing it and gaining confidence. And that's really what my teaching is about. As simple as it is and as simple as it sounds, obviously it's really challenging for everybody because of their fears and what fear does to people if they allow it to get hold of them. So that's why I come up with this title, that facing most anxieties, if not all, is easier. And I'll get to the positive part as well. It's all positive. It's easier than thinking about facing it. Because when you think about it, you're not in reality. Your mind's just going to play all sorts of tricks on you, especially if you come from a negative place, like myself and many of my clients to begin with. And when I mean negative, I don't mean like everything in my life or your life was negative growing up, because it weren't the case. There was a lot of happy things in my life growing up, many good things, too many to mention right now. That's the cats, by the way. There's some cats here, they're lovely. So when you come from that place and you've got this severe anxiety and it's kind of like getting the better of you in your life, and you're just such a scared person like I used to be, you know, you suffer so bad. It's horrible, really. It's sad what human suffering does to people because of their own mind, until they get control over it and they learn how to break out of that, and they develop the tools that I've learned and that I teach people, anybody that wants to learn, especially my committed clients that I coach. So facing it is life-changing, because when you face it, it doesn't matter that even if you're nervous or uncomfortable, once you get through it, you feel so happy that you've done it. You feel so proud of yourself, and you just, what's the right word? I've said this before, I've wrote about it, I try to make it, it's not always easy to explain my emotions in words to people. It's a feeling of victory. You've done it, you know, you get out of that bad place of worrying about what people will think about you, or worrying about people knowing all of your issues and your anxieties. You no longer are in that space, because you faced it, you've overcome it, and you've proved to yourself that you can do something that you didn't believe that you could do. And this could have been going on in my case, I was living in fear and believing these lies about myself for 15 plus years, maybe longer, all throughout my teens, get into my early teens. And then when I hit around 21 to 25, I thought, I can't do this anymore. And I started to go out and develop my confidence and slowly start to go out into the world and face all these anxieties that I had. So when you do that, you just, and then when you sit down after overcoming an anxiety that you've been worrying about for so many years, you're almost like, the relief is just priceless, you know, that sense of relief. It's a great, great feeling. It's a feeling that I want everyone to have, especially people that I feel that I'm meant to help, like yourself on this live stream. So I think about that, and that gives me a lot of gratitude, and I can't wait to share it more with people who don't know this, because you know, you're not stupid for not knowing this, because I didn't know this until I learned it. So it's all about, you know, all of us are learning and learning new things. So something to really think about. And I'll say that again, and I know it might confuse you a bit, because people will be saying, I know some people might be going, I don't understand what he means. Like, how could it be easier to face something that frightens you, as opposed to not facing it, but sitting at home or sitting wherever you're at, in your office at work, or with a friend or a therapist, and thinking about it and going, oh, I've got this fear and I'm afraid of it. For example, it could be you've got a fear of people. I had that fear for many years. I've helped many clients to overcome that, where you're going over in your head scenarios with people that could go wrong. It's usually always around, you know, people judging you, you making a fool of yourself, or getting awkward or nervous or stuttering or going red or feeling unattractive or freezing up, not knowing what to say. When you're sitting down, love these cats. When you're sitting down thinking about it, it just drives you insane. It can literally make you mentally unwell. And I know for many times it done that to me, because you can't solve the problem by constantly worrying about it. And then you're trying to work out, how do I protect myself? How do I do it? And really, that's just making you suffer. So I encourage anyone listening, I know it's not easy, right? And if you're really nervous and you're new and you haven't got much experience, like maybe I have, or more people have, it's really difficult, and I understand that. So I'd encourage you just to start slowly on moving towards things that frighten you. It could be the most simplest thing. It doesn't have to be the big fears to begin with. I used to have a fear of cleaning my apartment. I was scared of everything. Everything frightened me, because I had a bad anxiety disorder, a lot of trauma from my childhood, a lot of bullying, a lot of shame, a lot of insecurity. a lot of panic, a lot of anxiety attacks, a lot of intrusive thoughts, a lot of suicidal thoughts at times. So things frighten me, noises, phones ringing, someone shouting, all these things would make me jump because I was so frightened. So I just started off, with basic things and just got a little bit more confident and, made myself stronger mentally and emotionally, and then progressed on to the bigger fears like public speaking, starting my own business, coaching other people, traveling, making YouTube videos, speaking at events, doing podcast appearances and things like that. Hello. So I realize I've learned it, and I coach people every week. I've been coaching for 12 years and having conversations and mentoring people and listening to their anxieties and helping them to work through them. And where people suffer mostly is the thinking. Thinking about it is terrifying. If I sit down and I start thinking about future fears too long, it frightens me. So we're all human, because you make it worse in your head, and then you make yourself depressed, you make yourself in a bad place, and then you create things that are not even there with the mind and not getting control over it. So when you go and face an anxiety head on, although not some anxieties, yes, can make you feel very anxious and uncomfortable and out of control and in danger, but you've got to learn to get through that. And when you get through that, you come out the other side, and you're proud of yourself in a healthy way. You have more confidence, and then you think, oh, it's a bit like when we're younger and we go on a scary ride with our family or a friend, and you're frightened of it, and when you're on it, it's scary and your emotions are up and down. But once the ride ends and you come off, it's like you get that massive relief and you feel good. And sometimes you're like, I want to go back on that again. And that's really the same in my experience and the experience of coaching other people for many years now. That's the great feeling you get when you face an anxiety and you make progress. Now, of course, there are some anxieties that they're going to take more than one effort to really make progress with them, and that's totally fine too. There's many anxieties that I had that didn't go away in one visit. I had to spend some time, but I enjoyed doing that, and I've got a great sense of satisfaction and self-esteem from making progress, and that's really what it's about. And that's actually what gives you better mental health. I think there's different types of thinking. I think there's negative, compulsive, obsessive, depressive thinking, which is not healthy, which makes you feel frightened and you suffer, and it's painful, and it just makes you feel bad about yourself and hold you back if you allow it. But then there's that positive thinking when you've gone out and you've faced the fear, you've shocked yourself how well you've done, and then you come back, you sit down, you process it, and you feel excited, and you sort of going, I can't believe what I've done, because I didn't think I could do that, and you've got good emotions. So that sort of thinking is really healthy and very helpful, and it's a lovely place to be at mentally and emotionally. But that comes from taking action, or for another word, I'm sure most people know that word, it's become a bit of a cliche now, which is fine. Facing, exposure therapy, which is the same thing, it's just a different term, which is all confronting your anxieties in real life head on, not just by reading books, because that's not going to be enough. I don't know if anyone's writing any questions here. Apologies if anyone's wrote any questions, I'll answer them. They don't always come up on this phone. If you've got any questions, put them in, I'm happy to answer them. So that's what I mean by, I'm talking also in the long run, that thinking about, look, there's some people, and I've been one of them, that have been thinking about an anxiety for like 15 years, they've never faced it. So for 15 years, they've been suffering from a trauma or an anxiety or something that they want to do, but they're too scared to do it. And every time they think about it, it makes them feel bad. Whereas if they just went and faced it, probably could overcome it in half an hour, or even a day, or whatever, a week. You'd make so much progress, you'd save so much time, of your life, which is important. And in the long run, like I said, it's easier to face it than it is to think about it, because the more you think about it, the harder you make it. And eventually, the more you think about an anxiety and you ruminate on it, the worse it becomes in your own head. It's not that in reality, but you make it something in your head, and then people end up not doing anything. That's what I done in my early 20s for many years, where I suffered with panic attacks and really bad paranoid intrusive thoughts and periodic suicidal thoughts, because I just was stuck and sitting on my own at home, isolating, thinking about all my fears, and then getting depressed and getting frightened. My mind was frightening me out of going out and overcoming these fears and finding that relief and that confidence and that better mental health, and being happy in life and developing as a person in every possible positive way. So this encompasses everything. So that's what I mean when I say that facing an anxiety head on, for most cases, as scary as it can be for people, in the long run is a lot easier, and it's a lot more rewarding than someone who just spends time contemplating and doing what if and pushing it away and saying, well, I want to start my own business, but I'm too scared, I'll do it next year. And then you don't do it next year. Then you do another year, and you keep pushing it ahead of time, and 10 years have passed and you've never started that business or that great idea. Whereas if you started it, even if you failed at the start, if you stuck with it, you'd be successful in a couple of years, maybe less, maybe more. You get there in the end. Whereas not doing anything, you're just delaying it. But like I said, I am compassionate. It is hard for people, especially if you don't have a coach, or you don't have someone to talk to, or friends, or someone who has had anxiety that you can relate to, and they can make you feel not judged. They can make you feel loved or comfortable with being vulnerable and not feeling that you're less of a person, or they're going to not like you or whatever, and then they can encourage you to progress and overcome it. Yeah, it's a habit, it's a discipline. Anyone can do it, but it's convincing people. The challenge for me is right now on this stream and in general. All right, Alan, good to see you, mate. Lovely to see you. The challenge is for me to inspire people, motivate them, and make them believe in themselves in regards to going out and facing their anxieties ASAP, instead of pushing it away. In most cases, most of the anxieties, it doesn't have to be specific, can be. Today I was talking about, Alan, that I spent many years being afraid to travel, worrying about it, catastrophizing it, overthinking, talking myself out of it. Now I'm traveling, and for the last 12 years, as you probably know, Alan, I've been coaching people in this area. It's my passion. And I realized that it's easier to face anxieties, whatever they are, whether it's traveling, social, public speaking, business, life, cleaning your apartment, opening up, asking someone out. It's easier to do than it is to think, because when you think, you suffer, you get down. Yeah, appreciate it, Alan, man. Alan, how are you, man? What have you been up to? What are you doing? I'm in Latvia. It's lovely here. A friend of mine, she's really kind. She let me stay. She's at work, so I went into the town today. Went into Old Riga. Went for a walk. Got some coffee, and come back and doing this live stream. And been really passionate about helping more people, sharing my story. Oh, God, lovely. Got a bit of time off work, mate. Just chilling with a coffee on the laptop at the moment. Oh, great, man. It's nice, isn't it? I love that. Can't beat that. Having a coffee and relaxing. Especially as you get older, you really appreciate these things. What you just said, you can't beat that. So, yeah, I want to, and I will do it, because a lot of ideas I want to do, but I want to do it at some point. I want to do a big event and invite all of you down when I put the event on. I'm going to do it, and teach this and speak to people in person and do more videos and streams and explain what I've said on this title. It's easier to face most anxieties, if not all, then it is to sit at home on your own and be frightened and think about your anxiety and not face it. That is hard, because that leads always, well, not always, but if you don't change it, it never leads to a positive place. It always ends up leading to, I'm sorry to be so direct, I know it can be a bit of a downer. I want to inspire people, and I've got to be honest, it always ends up leading to depression and suicidal thoughts, really bad thinking, because the mind will take you down that route. It will just get more negative and negative. It spirals. It starts off with, oh, not feeling good about myself. Oh, feeling anxious today. Oh, what's bothering me? Oh, my life, haven't achieved anything. Oh, the regrets that I've got. Oh, I've always been this person. Oh, I've always been someone that's failed. Oh, everyone's better than me. Oh, I feel ashamed. Start going down that route with the mind, even though these things are not true, but you start thinking them, and then you feel the emotions, and then and the emotions confirm the negative thoughts you're having, and then the thoughts confirm the emotions, and then before you know it, it's like, I'm depressed. And if you don't snap out of that and be grateful and communicate and move forward and get out of that space, it can start going, oh, I don't want to live, which is not a good place. I've been there, so I can speak from experience and thankfully broken out. But then it's like, oh, life's not living. I want to end my life, or I don't want to be here no more in this pain. And so it goes to that place. But if you make a quicker decision to say, right, and you're honest, no shame. Yeah, I'm frightened of doing that. Yeah, I'm really scared to do public speaking, for example. I'm scared to tell someone that I love them in case they don't love me or I get hurt, or I'm scared to start a business in case it doesn't prosper, I don't make any money, or it fails and I feel like a failure. I'm scared of that. But you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to give it everything that I've got. And if I fail, then at least I can be proud of myself that I tried, and then I can do something new, or keep going, never give up, which is my motto. And then you end up feeling a lot better. But when you just go, I can't do it, can't do it, the more you say, I can't do it, you don't, it doesn't get better over time. It gets worse by putting it off. And I speak from experience. Been thinking about that a lot lately in gratitude, thinking, man, I need to help more people to not waste a lot of the years that I wasted with doing nothing, because the anxiety was so strong, it frightened me and made me recluse into my comfort zone. And when I look back now, I'm like, I could have done so much more. I'm proud of what I've done. I've done a hell of a lot. I'm still, I'm 40, but I feel young, I feel good. But the reality is, obviously, I'm not young anymore in terms of what society would say young, but I feel great. I look back and say, I could have done more. If I knew what I knew now, if I'd have pushed myself a bit more. So I'd like to save someone maybe 10 years of their life so they don't have to waste the time that I did, and act now. Because regret is really painful. We can't go back. Unfortunately, we can only go forward, but we can learn from our past and but I thought about this today. This was a great thought that I had, positive thought. I'm going to make a video for everybody. So let's say people might say things like, well, I'm 40 now and I've got regrets. I didn't achieve much in my life, or I'm 50 now, or 30, whatever age you may be. And you might look back and go, the last 10 years of my life, I haven't done much and I regret it. And, other people have done more than me. Okay, fair enough. What if you used to do this though? Because what I do with my life and what I teach in my 1-year program, let's say you said, okay, I can't get the years back. Let's say that you're 50 right now. So let's say you're 50 years of age. We can't go back, right? You can't go back, but we can go forward, right? This gets me emotional when I say it. So let's say you're 50 years of age and you're like, for the last 20 years of my life, I didn't try, and I regret that. And you might be seeing people that are age 30 doing more than you and thinking, oh, I've lost my youth. They've achieved more than me. I'm 50 now, I'm getting old. I understand that, that's human thinking. But what about this? If you said, right, for the next year of my life, from age 50 to 51, oh, this gets me emotional. I'm gonna write down everything that frightens me and that gives me anxiety. and I'm going to write down every single goal and dream that I've got. And you know what? I'm going to go all out in a positive way. I'm not going to harm anyone. And I'm going to face everything that frightens me. And I'm going to work my ass off for 1 year. And I'm going to live my dreams. Imagine you've done that. In 1 year, you could do more than what you've done in 20 years. Imagine that. I got that thought today. I was blessed. Thank God. I don't know where it come from. I'm going to do more videos and the traveling I'm doing, and I practice gratitude every day. I'm very grateful for everything in life, and I love helping people, and I feel like I've been teaching for 12 years. I feel like I'm still a beginner. It's a nice feeling. Still got loads more people to help. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. I have anxieties as well. I'm facing them. I'm growing as a person. I'm helping clients. I like learning. I'm not better than anyone, and I'm not below anyone. And I believe everyone, I don't just believe it, I know it's a fact. Everyone, especially people that have got an anxiety disorder, can do so much more than what they believe they can do. I know they can do it. I've helped people do it. I've done it myself. I've been living like this for the last 15 years, living a brave life. So, you know, in some ways you can make up for lost time, because a lot of people, and I've done it myself, they waste 10 or 20 years not doing much because they are in absolute fear. How do you deal with regrets of wasting time in the past? Well, I just said it earlier, Miss Ria, what I just said. You can't go back, but what you can do is, what I call it, the 1 year program. I do a paid 1 year program, right? I'll give it to you now for free, and I'll repeat back what I said to anyone, and not just yourself. So you can't go back with regrets, right? You can learn from the regrets, but you can take more action today for the next year, make up for lost time. So what I'm trying to say is, you can achieve more in 1 year than most people will do in 20 years if you're willing to be brave. Does that make sense? Because think about it, right? Our relationship with time. Let's say you've got, look, we all get hurt in life. We've all got traumas. We've all had a heart broken. No one really escapes that. So let's say, you know, a lot of my trauma growing up was being bullied and criticised. So I spent about 10, 15 years victim mentality, being depressed, being sad and down, right? And just not doing much because I was so scared of failing, and I didn't feel good enough at that time. So I wasted 10, 15 years not doing anything. I didn't travel. I didn't make much money. I didn't have, for many years, I didn't have a relationship with a woman because I just believed I'm not good enough. I can't do it. They're not going to like me. I was too scared to ask them out. Many things I didn't do. I didn't take up boxing. There were so many things I didn't do. Didn't try new foods, didn't cook, didn't wear different clothes, didn't go to new restaurants. I didn't do anything for 15 years because I was in anxiety and I was overthinking and worrying. But when I decided to change my life in my early 20s, I took action in 18 months. I did more than what I did in about 15 years. That's how you overcome the pain of regret, by doing a lot in a short amount of time. And that's what can at least make up for lost time. At least give you something precious. Does that make sense? But a lot of people, they take too long to start things. So what I'm trying to say is, stop taking 10 years to start a business. Start the business in the next month. Because if you don't start it in the next month, you're going to keep putting off, and you're going to build up the anxiety in your head. But I understand, look, I can give you 2 points of view. It's not easy for people because we're human and we've got fears and we don't like that feeling. And I don't always like it either, depending on how I'm feeling, what mindset I'm in. Most of the times I love it. So it's really about making a commitment, and that's how you get more out of life, you know. And then it's sort of, you have the illusion that you're getting more done. And I've said this before, speaking to a friend about it, and I mean this respectfully. I don't know if you notice this, but I notice it. If you notice today people in their sort of 40s and 60s, even 70s, let's say people who are aged 40 to 70, people that are aged 40 to 70 that live their dreams and they live a good life and they do what they love, they generally look amazing. People will often say, wow, she doesn't look her age, or wow, he doesn't look 60, he looks 40. Because you look better, you look younger, you're more vibrant when you're facing your anxieties and you're living a brave life, or living a full life, or a life of gratitude. But when people are not facing their fears for years and years, it wears them out. They look older, because they are stressed, your health. So much value in what I've been saying on this live stream, and thanks for everyone letting me teach them. And I'm learning as well and getting an opportunity to process, because this is, I've been teaching for 12 years and there's so much information to unpack that I've had through coaching sessions, and I've been on my own journey with an anxiety disorder. So there's a lot of information to, it's like therapy, getting things out. This is a good therapy conversation because, you're getting out truths. If you're enjoying this stream, we'd really appreciate if you like the stream, subscribe, share the video, comment, let me know how you feel, if this has helped you, or you got any questions, let me know. Those of you that are new to my channel, my name's Jonathan. I'm a confidence coach. I've been coaching for 12 years. I live with an anxiety disorder. I haven't been diagnosed by a doctor, so I just say it because I think that's the truth. But I live a great life, and I don't allow my anxiety to keep me stuck. And I want to inspire more people and make them know that just because they've got an anxiety disorder doesn't mean they can't be confident and they can't go and live their dreams. They can definitely do it. I'm doing it. I'm no different to anybody. And I've been helping my clients do it, and you can make massive progress. And I don't believe anyone is a label. I'm just using a description, because obviously we need human language so I can obviously explain things. So I don't see myself as, oh, my identity is an anxiety disorder sufferer. No, but I'm proud of overcoming the shame and the anxiety and the fear around how I used to feel about myself. And I've helped so many people, and I want to help more people and be more vulnerable about my struggles as well as my breakthroughs and my successes and my client successes. I want all of you to succeed. At the very least, at least succeed at overcoming your anxieties, because what comes from that is just life-changing, and you just never know what's going to come from it. Because when you overcome an anxiety, opportunities open up to you. They really do. It's almost like, yeah, I believe in God. Is feeling demotivated and procrastinating a sign of depression? How can I overcome this? Also, thank you for your YouTube guidance. Appreciate it. You're very welcome. Be really great if you could subscribe if you're getting a lot. To be honest with you, I'd say yes, but don't take that as a negative. Being demotivated and procrastinating, it doesn't 100% mean that you're depressed. It can be a sign of depression, but on a positive note, depression, procrastination, these are all symptoms of anxiety and not facing your anxieties and not dealing with them. So if you use your depression and your procrastination and this energy of being demotivated, and I've been there many times like you and overcome it, so you can, and help many clients out of this place, you can do great things in your life. You can gain a lot more confidence. But yeah, it can be a sign, you're right, but it doesn't always mean because a person, because we've got to put things into perspective of what is normal, what is a little bit out of balance. So everybody, even people that are not depressed, everybody gets days where they don't feel motivated. We all get days like that. I get days like that where you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to face the day. You're just not in the mood. So I wouldn't call that depression, but I'd say if you're having this every day and it's been like that for a long time, then you could be suffering with depression. But I really wouldn't get you to focus on that too much, because that would just make you feel worse. I'd get you to focus on how can you move forward? And I've kind of explained and outlined in the last 30 minutes plus on this stream. But I do get it. You know, there is a part of me, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I feel good about saying it. There is a part of me that I've got to be honest that I do feel sorry for people, but I don't want to. I'm not going to stay in that place because that won't help people. But I have a lot of compassion for people who have anxiety because I've suffered with it and I still suffer with it. So I know how hard it can be. It can be frightening, very lonely, very overwhelming, painful at times. But I've got to be honest. You know, the tough part of me, I suppose my professional side, the teacher in me, and the part of me that gives my client strength and gives me myself strength. You've got to overcome it. You've got to face it because you can do it. You're stronger than you think. You're stronger than you could ever imagine. I thought I'd done some writing last night, and a lot of you, I kind of hope that you don't relate to this, but I'm sure a lot of you do feel like this and you have felt it. And it's not true though. But you know, at my worst times, I honestly felt like the weakest person on the planet. I honestly thought I was the most insecure human being alive. I felt like that. I felt ashamed of who I was years ago because I was so frightened of everything, not of one thing. I was frightened of everything: life, people, eye contact, speaking, emotions, love, not being loved, being loved, having money, not having money, walking out in public. I was absolutely terrified, petrified because of my trauma and my sensitivity with anxiety and fearing danger all the time. So changing and overcoming that, you know, gave me a lot of confidence. Let's get these questions. Lovely to see you guys. Lovely to see you. How do you get over people's judgments of you? Okay, we'll come to that in a second question. What's up, Johnny? Hi, Jonathan. Was there a specific trigger, reason for your depression, mental breakdown a couple of years ago? Great question. I'm very happy to answer that, and I'll come back to that. I'm glad you recovered now. I hope you'll get out of it soon too. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, regarding my situation, and I like being honest with people. I always try my best and I teach that. On one level, I have overcome my anxiety because I'm 40 years of age now. My worst time in my life with anxiety was when I started to get suicidal in my early 20s, and I had no confidence back then. I had no career, wasn't teaching obviously. I wasn't confident enough to teach people. I wasn't in a position, had no money, had no girlfriend, was living in a small flat and felt trapped. So I set myself a goal and I said, my dream is to overcome this and be confident. I don't want to feel this anymore. I don't want to be suicidal. And I just prayed to God and said, please God, help me. I want to get a girlfriend, be happy, fall in love. And I want to make some money. I didn't even care. I wasn't thinking I want to be a millionaire. Just wanted to have enough money to be able to have a normal life. And I want to get a job and do something that I enjoy. So they were my own selfish goals. But my bigger goal was I wanted to help people. I always knew I had a heart to help people. Always was like that as a kid. It was a gift. So by age 28, 29, I achieved all that. I turned my life around. I got a girlfriend. I moved out of my flat and then moved out of my parents. I became financially free. And I overcame all these anxieties and built a successful business. But like you asked me earlier on, Johnny, after being successful and happy, I had a nervous breakdown. Hello, look at this, man. Most beautiful thing's this cat. Don't know if you can see it. Friend's got 3 lovely cats. They're lovely, they're hilarious. So I had a nervous breakdown at age 34. And obviously I was, cat, what are you doing? You wanna come on the live stream? Oh, these are the cutest things ever, man. So I had a nervous breakdown and obviously I weren't well. I was really unwell. I had to go into hospital and go on medication. Thought my life was over. Thought I'd never work again. Whoop. Come. Look how cute that is. These are the best. 3 of them. You want my coffee? I can't give you coffee, man. You'd be high. So, then I overcome the mental health breakdown 6 years ago. I'm age 40 now, and I'm in a great place. But yeah, I still live with anxiety. I still have anxiety, but despite my anxiety, I've achieved all my goals. I've got new goals now. My main goal. Sorry, the cat wants to come on this train. My main goal now is to share my story on bigger platforms and help more people, and kind of come at it from a different angle. I suppose drinking my coffee, there's more to my story now because of being successful and having the breakdown. So cute, aren't they? These are the cutest cats I've ever seen in my life. Hello. It's hilarious. I love cats, man. So, what was I saying? So yes, technically I still have anxiety, but I live, how can I say? I live my dreams, and I'm trying to help more people to do that. So what I'm trying to say is, look, whether you've got anxiety or not, everybody has anxiety. You're a human being. Some people have got anxiety worse than others, but I'm trying to encourage people through my story and my teaching to move forward and live your dreams anyway. That's a much better life. My life is so much better now. Now that I've got beautiful cats in my life's so much better now that I've built this confidence, and I teach and I travel, I do public, I live my dreams, right? That doesn't mean that my life's perfect. It isn't perfect. I'm not going to make out like it is, but it's incredible from how it used to be, where I couldn't do anything. I would never be able to speak to people. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, and I'm actually making progress myself. But my whole purpose now is to serve other people. It's not really about myself anymore. My joy is in helping people, because after many years of chasing success and fame, it really didn't make me happy anymore. I know it's cliche and you hear this again and again, but this is the truth. I got very depressed after the highs of success, but I don't get depressed teaching from this point of view now and sharing my story more. I can't, the gratitude I get, I can't put it into words, and it's long lasting. So yeah, it's about me sharing my story and helping more people to live their life and not to live my life, because everyone's an individual. You've got your own goals, but the principle's the same for all of us. Don't let the anxiety keep you stuck, because it will if you let it, and you've got a choice to move forward and do the things you want to do. And then, with more experience, come here, look. With more experience, it gets better. It actually, because I'm being honest, there's periods of my life, like today I'm having a good day where I don't have anxiety and I just feel so peaceful. But it's not like that all the time. But if you accept that, then you're okay with that. It's so much better than just having constant anxiety. Look, basically what I'm trying to say is, look, there's two options that you've got, right? It's cracking me up. This is gonna go viral, and it's not gonna be because of me, it's gonna be because of you. Beautiful, look, one there. If I can just tell. So everybody has anxiety, you can't escape that. But not everybody lives their dreams. That's what I'm trying to say to people. And I realized in my life, look, I can't get rid of this anxiety fully. And I've gone out, done a lot of research, and I mean this kindly. When I first started, a lot of people weren't honest with me, and that used to frustrate me and make me lose trust in people, because I used to be like, can anyone just give me the answer to solve this problem? But of course, I started to realize later on, well, the reason why a lot of people are not being honest with me, because if they're going to be honest with me in regards to how can I overcome this anxiety issue that I've got that's ruining my life, they're going to have to be honest about their anxiety. And some people are not willing to do that. So it's almost like, if I'm going to work with a therapist and they're going to help me with my anxiety disorder to improve it and move forward, at some point, at least in my mind, if they're really going to help me and be honest, they're going to have to reveal to me and be vulnerable that they also have anxiety, but obviously they have learned to manage it and progress in their life. That's brilliant. That gives me confidence and trust and hope that I can do it. But if someone's going to lie to me and say they don't have any anxieties, they don't get nervous, then I'm going to be thinking, well, they can't relate to me, and then I feel bad about, I shouldn't have this then. But with the research I've done, and I've been coaching for 12 years, I work with people from all different walks of life, which has been amazing, and I've gone out and faced a lot and overcome a lot. I know that's not true. I know that everyone has anxiety, even people that are really confident, but some people manage it better than others. So that's kind of the truth that I found that I was always searching for. Obviously, there are a lot of amazing people today that are honest and vulnerable, and they admit that they've got anxiety, but they're strong people, and that's kind of my message for people. As opposed to the worst option is, okay, you continue to have anxiety, but you don't do nothing about it. So would you rather have anxiety, but go out and do all the things that make you happy and succeed at that, and still have the anxiety, but you've got happiness and joy in your life? Or would you rather the other option, where you've got the anxiety, but you're too frightened to go and do the things that you want to do and be yourself? That's what I'm trying to say. Let me try and answer. I don't know if Johnny's still on the stream, but I'll answer his question. So Johnny said to me, what was the specific trigger for my depression and mental breakdown a couple of years ago? I don't fully have the answer. We don't know. The doctors didn't know. The therapist didn't know. All I can do is be as honest as I can with you and try and give you an answer. I don't have the exact answer, but I think it was a combination of many things, Johnny. I think my nan dying definitely affected me, because I was so close with my nan, and I never really dealt with the death of my nan. I didn't know how to deal with it because she meant so much to me, and I just kind of blocked it out and really got on with my business. So my nan's death affected me. Funny enough, being successful affected me, because although my dreams come true with achieving my goals in my late 20s to early my 30th birthday, I found it hard to cope with fame, and I found it hard to cope with success and happiness, and I found it hard to cope with making money. All these things affected me. So a lot of the happiness that I really enjoyed, it played its toll on me, and then coaching a lot, I burnt out. I worked a lot because I loved it, and I probably burnt the batteries out. That played a part. Things from the past that I hadn't dealt with, that I didn't realize I hadn't dealt with, or I was too frightened to, they took their toll. So it's a combination of many things that kind of, and then obviously, I'm a deep thinker. I like psychology. I like growing. I believe in God. So, really pushing my mind to challenging places. I probably burnt out. So it was a combination of all those things. And yeah, I can't really give you a specific, as I said, because the doctors didn't know, and I couldn't really say, oh, it was this one reason that led me, but it was a combination of all those reasons as to why I had a mental breakdown. You said you find it hard to be nice to people because of resentment. Yeah, that's common. I understand that. And that does come with unresolved anxiety. I think the way that you overcome that is, well, number one, you've got to want to overcome that and be nice to people, but you've obviously got to work on your confidence and look after yourself. Most of that would be done from my experience of overcoming my resentment towards people throughout the years, I help my clients with that all the time. I'm working with a client at the moment, helping him with that. You really got to change your heart. There's quite a lot of things that you've got to do to get to that point. But I think on a practical level, it's really about facing your anxieties, because for as long as you're not dealing with these anxieties, you're going to be carrying those resentments towards people. Of course, forgiveness is a big part of this, but that's kind of a longer conversation. I'll just get a glass of water. I'm going to continue. I'm really enjoying this chat. This is great stream. Thanks for coming on. Just get some water. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, everyone's been through that. Everyone's been let down by people. But I will say this, right? I know that I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but, I'm here to help. Yeah, I understand that. Hard to trust people. I'll do more videos on that. I went through that as well. Part of my story is a lot about what you felt, how I overcame it. I think the first thing to really ask you is, I know it's an obvious question, but it's important to start here. Do you want to overcome this? Because sometimes people say, this is my issue. I've done it as well. So I'm not judging you, right? I'm helping you out. You're asking me. So people say things like, I find it hard to trust people, or I find I'm resentful, or it's not easy for me to be nice to people because they've let me down, they've hurt me. And you can stay there forever. That's an anxiety, right? That is an anxiety. That comes at trauma, etc. You can stay there forever if you want, and it's not going to make you happy. You're not going to get past that. Or you can say, I want to change it. And as you know, you can't change anybody, but you can only change yourself, and that has an effect. And I know how you feel, because I had many years, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of good people out there. If you're being honest, at some point, we've all hurt each other. You may not have done it on purpose, and it's not nice, it's not right, because many people hurt me growing up, and they were nasty to me, and I didn't do anything to them. I was nice to them, and they took advantage of me, and they bullied me, and really affected me. But, I had to forgive and move on and come back stronger, because I would have changed. Probably would have ended up taking my own life. And then you go out and you meet people that don't hurt you, and they don't break your trust, and you be loyal to them, and you build that trust back. But you're not going to build trust if you don't build trust in yourself, if you don't get your confidence up. And it's all about choice, like I said. Like, I couldn't force any of you to change and trust people, or to trust me or yourself. It's something that you've got to want to do. It has to start off with the want or the why. And then you can go from there. And then, there's a process that I teach that you can go online and learn. How did I forgive? It was a process. But to get straight to your point, the way that I forgave was by going out and facing my anxieties. Because until I faced my anxieties, I couldn't get past the anger and the resentment that I had towards myself and people that had hurt me and let me down and broke my trust. So it was gaining confidence, gaining a different perspective, which had to come from, a lot of it from going out and facing these fears. Also praying as well, that was a big part of it. Finding forgiveness through prayer and maturing. It's not a quick fix, I will say that. But a lot of it was, finding happiness in myself and self-esteem by going out and confronting these fears that I had. I will be doing more videos, because the questions that you're asking me are really good. They're really important. Well, like I said, a lot of the things that you're saying are, at the moment, I'm being honest with you, they are of a victim. You sound like a victim, and we've all felt like that. But you can't change by being a victim, and I don't say that to be unkind to you. I'm trying to help you. So you could very well be right. People done things to you that were wrong, and they didn't have a right to do it. But you have to take responsibility for your life, because otherwise you're going to be living like this for the rest of your life. If I still lived in resentment and what people done to me at school, I couldn't be here helping all of you today, helping you to change your life, because I'd be stuck there. So we have to, at some point, if we want to be happy, we have to let go of people that have hurt us and let us down, and get past that and get stronger. Because whilst we're holding on to resentment, you're distracted by these emotions, and you're not going to move forward in your life. Yeah, that's true. Listen, this is my advice, right? And it's people's choice if they want to take it. It might not work for everyone, but it's worked for me. It's changed my life. It's changed my heart. It's helped me to change a lot of my clients' lives. And I know it can do a lot for a lot of people, right? If anyone out there on this channel, on this stream, is dealing with, they're finding it hard to get past anger and resentment towards people that have hurt them or let them down or betrayed them or whatever they've done to you, I would say this, okay? Put a hold on that for a second, right? Let's just put that on pause. What I want to ask you to do is, what is it you want to achieve in your life? What's your dream? What is your goal? It could be the most simplest thing to the most complicated. What is it that you want to do in your life right now, from tomorrow, moving forward in the future? Get a piece of paper, write down a vision of what you want to do in your life, things that would make you feel good, things that you want to succeed in. Write those things down, meditate, pray on those things, read those things, not just intellectually, but, you know, from your heart, and start going out and doing the things that you want to do. And I promise you, when you start getting busy doing the things that you want to do and being the kind of person that you want to be, you ain't going to have so much time to be resentful and be angry and hurt and upset with everyone that's let you down, because you're going to be so busy feeling good about living your life, you ain't got time for that. Then, this is what I done in my life. Once you've built up a lot of confidence and from facing your anxieties, and you've achieved success or made progress or improved as a person, then you can start saying, right, I really want to look at this resentment that I've been carrying and I want to heal from it. Then you can go and get some therapy. Or you might feel you want to work with me and do a program with me, a confidence program. Follow your heart wherever it leads you, and then make more progress at forgiving and moving on. So that's my advice to anyone. That's what I've done. That's what changed my life. Because a lot of people are in the mindset that, I can't move forward because this person's hurt me. And I understand. We've all done it. I've done it. But it don't work in the long run. It doesn't work holding on to these things. And it's almost like people feel justified to say, well, the reason why I'm not starting my own business because this person hurt me in my childhood and it's their fault and that's why I'm stuck. That's not going to get you nowhere. You know, that you're not going to succeed like that. Then they're winning then you've let them ruin your life. That's how I see it. Because when I was younger growing up, there were quite a few school teachers in the academic world that said horrible things to me. Said to me, Jonathan, Mr. O'Halloran, when you leave school, you're going to be nothing. You're going to be a loser. That's what they told me. So if I listened and believed what they said and got angry, then I would have gone out and become a loser. But eventually I went, no, I don't believe that. And I went out and changed my life. So I don't have that resentment anymore. It's gone. There's no anger at all. I don't feel anything. It's more, I could actually forgive them now. I actually could thank them for inspiring me, for helping me to make more money. And that money I was able to help for example, my family out, or, at times in my life, take my girlfriend out, or help a homeless person, or pay my rent on time, or, to be able to be kind to a friend. It's not just about money, I'm just making a point. So where they put me down at school and said, I'm going to be a loser when I leave school, I'm a failure, I'm dumb, I'm thick, I'm stupid, I'm unintelligent, I never learn anything. I use that as motivation. And where someone said to me, you're dumb, your voice sounds stupid, you can't speak right, I went out and become a good speaker and inspire people all around the world and did lots of public talks and doing this live stream. So it's all about how you respond to the resentment and the criticism or hurt or blame. How can you put aside the resentment where you can focus on improvement? By focusing, by setting a goal, infinite youth, and focusing on that goal. And loving what you do, enjoying it. That's how I did it, and that's how I teach people, and that is a process. But listen, things take time. I want you to get this today, but it might take you a bit more longer. I appreciate you're listening to me and you're learning, but part of you might not agree, and I'm not going to take it personal. You might have to go away and in your own time come to your own conclusion as to when you want to overcome this challenge that you're going through with the resentment and the issue with people and how you're feeling about them, etc. But I would also say as well, I know I'm deviating, but this is on par with everything we're saying today. Exercising is a great therapy for healing, improving trauma and anxiety problems and resentments and all the and you know, hang-ups and insecurities. And that's why if you go on, look at my YouTube channel, my Instagram, you'll notice that I exercise a lot because I love it, and I teach my clients to do this because it's so important for everybody, especially sufferers of anxiety, to have a regular regime of exercising, because it's good for your mind and your body, and it helps you in all areas of your life. And I honestly believe that it's helped me and my clients, and it will help you to get past the traumas that we all go through throughout the course of our life, from childhood, etc. Oh, that's great that you're doing that. Well done. If you're doing that, then that's something to be proud of. That will help you a hell of a lot, as you know. I'm just going to have a 30-second break. This has been a great talk, just to get my thoughts together. If you want to ask me any more questions, guys and girls, you can. Just get some more water. This coffee's made me a bit dizzy. Let's have a look at this. Hello. Animals, man. Cats are beautiful. Being around animals, that you just learn so much from. They're just so calm and loving, and man, I learn a lot from being around good energy, especially cats. They make me laugh. I think I'm putting these guys and girls to sleep with my speaking. Can you be happy with the people who hurt you once? That's a good question. Absolutely, yes. I think that's something that we've all got to do, because even people that you love, yeah. I wish they were my cats. They're my friends' cats. They're gorgeous, lovely. Yeah, of course. You know, because I heard George Foreman say it, and it really resonated. You know, he was on a podcast show, and these guys were asking him, "What's the secret to a happy life?" Because, you know, George Foreman, the famous boxer that fought Muhammad Ali, for the first course of his life, he lived quite a negative life. He was in a bad space, and then, you know, he had a realization. He found God, he found Jesus, and he changed as a person and became a lot nicer. And he said that the key to love and happiness in relationships is to love people and to constantly forgive. So, you know, we all have to forgive if we want to live a happy life, because none of us are perfect, and even good people that are not abusive, from time to time, you know, you're going to hurt each other's feelings. We're only human. So if you don't learn to have the strength to forgive, then you're always going to be holding resentment, and it's going to be very difficult to maintain relationships with people. Yeah, you're right. Nice. 100%, man. You know, we see these things in comedies, but I'm telling you, man, animals can. Good people, good animals, good energy, training can help with depression. There's no doubt about it. You know, they say that saying that a dog is a man's best friend. And I was thinking about this week. It was making me laugh. I'm not sure if I agree on that, man. because I love animals. Dogs are lovely. I had one growing up, but I'm starting to think that a cat is cats is a man's best friend. I love being around cats. They make me feel. Cats make me feel so relaxed and loved. And they seem to love me as well, which is a blessing. So cats are lovely. I love cats and dogs, but I just got a soft spot for cats, man. They're just so cuddly and fun. Right, we found the solution, guys and girls, today. We found it. I knew it was going to come. Always learning. Cats, if you're suffering from any anxiety disorder, carrying any resentment, anyone's hurt you, get around cats. They heal your heart. I'm telling you, man. I'm joking. It's probably true. It's probably definitely true. I'm starting to see a change in me. I got a cat back home in London. Mum and Dad have got one. It's my nan's cat, and I just love it. And my friend, she's got 3 cats. Absolutely, I just love them. They're just lovely. And I can feel, my mood's lifted being around cats. Yeah, definitely get a cat. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that. Animals are the only species I can trust. Yeah. You know what's funny about animals and cats? I've learned. I was talking to a friend about this. They really can sense your energy, man. I did a post actually on my Instagram about cats, and because I remember my nan, when she first got her cat. I think the cat that my nan got, it came from a home where it was abused, which is not nice. I think the owner didn't treat it very well. So obviously, when my nan took the cat, my nan was probably the kindest person I've ever met in my life, right? I think everyone's going to say that about their nan, but it's true. And my nan was so loving to the cat, and the cat had to it had to learn to trust again. So when my nan first got the cat was a bit, it was a bit aggressive, it was a bit reactive, and I used to be a bit scared of the cat, because when I try and stroke it, it would do that, it would claw me, or it would kind of bite you, attack you, where the cat was traumatized from the previous owner. But over time, where the cat had got so much love from my nan and built that relationship, the cat got nice, and obviously my nan passed away, so my mum took the cat in. So the cat's with my mum and dad now. They've had it for over 10 years. And the cat loves, obviously, my mum, dad, and my brother. So where I was a bit uncomfortable with the cat, my mum used to laugh and say to me, just stroke it. If you start being nervous, you're going to make her nervous. So I was a bit nervous around it, and it would be nervous for me, and it would kind of be aggressive. But I just grew over time, and I didn't have that nervousness around the cat. I wasn't projecting that sort of nervous, scared she's going to hurt me. So I just started being loving to it and having no fear. And all of a sudden, the cat's lovely to me. It reacts different to me. And lately, my friends' cats, there's 3 of them. They just seem they're so friendly to me, very loving. So cats and animals, they can really feel what you're feeling. If you're angry and aggressive and resentful, they don't like you. They don't really come to you. If they come to you, they don't give you that affection. So it sounds funny, but it's true. When you're improving yourself, because and it kind of goes for people as well. Animals will be more loving, kind. They sense, they pick up off human emotions. They can feel if you're trying to get something from them, or you're too pushy, or they really do. I've really learnt that. I kind of knew it deep down, but I've learnt it a lot more lately from being around cats and animals. But yeah, as I was saying, back to the topic, yeah, you should, man. Animals are great. A parrot would be great as well. Lovely. I think a lot of people today are in this mindset because, we are living in a time where a lot of people are depressed, they're anxious, they're suffering, they're not happy, they're spending too much time on social media. There's a lot of fake stuff online, as all of you know. There's a lot of great stuff online, like conversations like this with genuine people that are honest and care about meaningful things. So a lot of people are starting to think, you know, I need to get a, you know, a cat in my life, or I need an animal, or make new friends. And it's good. That's a good mindset to be in. That's the mindset that helps you to overcome anxiety, to start asking questions about, you know, what are the things that I need to do in my life? I said that earlier on. With your goals, write down what you want to achieve. Like you said, you've been thinking about getting a cat or an animal or a parrot to get you to have more love, heal you. It's nice to have something else to love as well and give. That makes you feel great, not always about receiving. These are all part of living your dream life. It doesn't have to always be what everyone thinks. Lots of money, cars, houses. That's not going to make you happy if you're not happy in yourself. You can strive for those things as well, but you understand my point. So all these things are relevant, that we've gone in full circle today with getting over your anxieties. Because at the end of the day, you know, we're all human and everyone wants to be happy and fulfilled and have more peace in their life. So, you know, you gotta be honest. You gotta do the things that make you happy. And one of you was asking me earlier on, you know, how do you overcome the fear of what people think? And it's living from your values, you know, and being a good person yourself, and accepting that. And it's something that I've had to come to terms with. It's been a process of many years of working on myself. Not everyone's going to like you, but you don't need everyone to like you. The most important thing is that you like yourself and you got good people around you, because you can't be liked by everyone. But you know, most people will like you if you're a good person and you work on yourself and you're positive. Yeah, definitely. That can come with a pattern of anxiety. You're right, where, you know, when you're anxious, you can neglect things because you're not focusing on things that you would enjoy. Yeah. You will have resentment towards yourself if you got it towards others. So it's also working on obviously loving yourself more and getting to know yourself more. And you can do most of that, as you said, through. I don't know if you've been following I think you've been following my stuff, because you're doing the daily training, which is great. You know, create a vision for yourself and practice daily discipline. You know, practice gratitude every day. You know, I know that, look, it's hard sometimes for everybody, myself included, days where you feel a bit depressed or down, but go for a walk, you know, spend time around cats or animals, be a good person yourself, do simple things that make you feel good about yourself, and you will get to a good space eventually if you keep doing these things on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, but you know, we've all made mistakes in the past. I don't think there's anyone on planet Earth that isn't going to say that they made some wrong choices, but you can make good choices from today. And no one's perfect. Everybody's made, you know, I've made lots of choices in my life that if I go back, I wouldn't have done it. Would have done a better choice, but living and learning. But the main thing is to learn from those mistakes and not make them again and make better choices. What I've started doing lately as well, and it does help, I'm going to do it now, you can try it. I used to think it was ridiculous, but I was definitely wrong. It's practicing breathing, because we forget sometimes. I do, especially in Western culture, we forget to breathe. So every now and then, even today, I've got to do it. I've got to go, you know, just to calm down and relax that background anxiety, you know. So especially when you've had a few coffees. So, you know, working on breathing throughout the day, just stopping and just relaxing. No, I haven't seen Jeff in person for a few years, but as I said, I've got a good relationship with Jeff. I had great times. I'm always grateful for the mentorship that Jeff gave me, isn't it? It really is a kind man, a kind person. And I've always watched Jeff's stuff online. But no, I haven't seen Jeff for a while, but I had quality time with him. I think I worked with Jeff for about 3 years, so got fond memories and still feel like I can connect with him by watching his stuff online. But yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, definitely learning and doing the best you can to not repeat the mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, I think you were saying to me, was it you the other day? You mentioned Jeff the other day, or someone did on this channel. Yeah, Jeff has got, well, he's lived it, you know, he's got a lot of experience. He's a brave person. He's someone that's gone out, and he said it himself, and channeled his own anxieties and fears and resentments and into living a good life and forgiving, you know. Jeff's story is great because it's the ultimate story of courage, of forgiving someone that has abused you and not letting them ruin your life, and going out and changing your life and working on yourself. So Jeff is testament to that. Yeah, it's true what they say, man. A lot of these sayings that, you know, sometimes they sound cheesy, but they're true. Change starts on the inside. Change starts with the individual. You can't change other people unless they ask you. You know, they say, yeah, I want you to coach me. But even to a certain degree, no one can change anyone. In my opinion, only God can do that. But generally, you can't change people, but you can change yourself. And if you change yourself, then you change the way that you treat people, and then they treat you back differently, if that makes sense. Yes, it is amazing what he's done. What's come to mind now as we're on this topic, and I have to say this more because it's the truth. It's a big part of the truth and all what we're talking about. You know, conquering anxiety, trauma, being a better person, moving forward. You've got to face pain, and Jeff was great with that. I loved his honesty, and I said that to my clients, and I've had to do it myself. You can't. We got this idea. Everyone's got this idea. It's human beings. So we got this idea that we can go out and overcome all of our fears and live a great life, which we can, but we've got this kind of false, naive idea that we're going to do all that pain-free, and we're not going to have any trauma, any pain, no challenges, and that's not true. It's not true in any walk of life, even on, and I respectfully don't push my faith on other people, but even walking with God on a Christian or whatever path you're going to go on, you've got to work through pain. I'm not saying it's pain every day, and of course not. But periodically, if you want to live a great life and work on yourself, I'm sure deep down everyone knows that, but people are looking for a quick fix. You've got to face pain. I've times in my life, some of the most joyous times have, they've come after absolute agony, you know, emotional agony. When I went through a mental health breakdown in 2017, which followed after many years of being in joy and bliss and happiness and kind of a honeymoon stage of my life, which was so joyous. And I just thought, well, life's going to be like this all the time. I love it. It's easy. When I had a breakdown, I was in agony. I was in emotional, and I'm not saying this for people to feel sorry for me. This is to really hit home truths. I went through a stage of I thought I was going to die. I was in so much pain mentally and emotionally. My jaw was tight. My head was hurting, my body. I couldn't even hardly speak around people. I was in agony from the trauma, and obviously regrets, mistakes that I've made, things that are done to me, etc., life, whatever. But, you know, I had to go through that and grow through that to get to where I am now, which is a lot more peace in my life, and things are still improving for me, and I want to get better so I can help more people and be better for others. So, you know, that's been true, and that's what I loved about Jeff. That's why I worked with Jeff and trusted Jeff, because he was honest. Very few, well, more people are today, which is great, I'm seeing, but not enough people are honest with people about the pain and the challenges and the adversities that they've gone through and that we all have to go through if we want to be better in life and be successful. Have to. Can't expect to just change without pain. It don't work like that. Whilst we're human and we've got emotions and we are sensitive, all of us are deep down. We've all got emotions, we've all got feelings, we've all got a mind. You've got to go through pain. Same in anything, same as a boxer. You can't be a world champion pain-free. You can't be a millionaire pain-free. You can't overcome a mental health breakdown pain-free. You can't do it. It's not possible. I've not met anyone who's done it. Yeah, that's exactly what it requires, you know. Burning through pain is the process to evolve and become better, absolutely. But it's trying to encourage people I wouldn't say not to be afraid of it, because you've got every right to be afraid, and I'm afraid of growing more pain. But it's having a purpose in life where it's worth it. You're willing to go through the pain because you want to change your life. You want to keep growing, or, you know, even helping other people. I'm sure there's many people that have got a gift to do what I'm doing or something similar, to coach people, to change people's lives, to inspire people through talks or teachings or sharing their story or writing books, whatever it may be. There's a lot of people that want to do that, but they think in their mind that they're going to do that without going through pain. It's not possible. I've had to go through sessions with clients. It's not every time. There's been times where I've been in agony because I've got to sit through and help someone work through their pain. And I've got to tell them the truth. And that's not always easy to do, even to a client that trusts you and likes you and wants to hear it. And to see people go through their own pain, it's painful at times, very uncomfortable. It's not pleasant. It's not all happy emotions and all the time. But that's necessary to get to help people, to serve people. So anything of any value is going to require some pain, a lot of pain, if I'm honest. But if you have a purpose in life, which everyone does, but they've got to find it for themselves, or if they need someone else to help them, great, or praying, however they do it. If you've got a why for living, I learned that from Les Brown and from my own life experience, then you can tolerate the pain more. But if you don't have a purpose and a reason, then the pain will probably be too much to bear, and people will do what a lot of people do. And again, I'm really not judging, we're just talking truths here. What do people do when they can't deal with pain? They medicate themselves, alcohol, drugs, over excessive amounts of sex, where it's unhealthy, bad eating, procrastinating, bad relationships, all these addictive patterns to numb themselves away from the pain of facing the truth in their life and growing. Yeah, that's what it is, purpose over pain. But again, I really mean this, it's not easy. And I tell people my story, it's not been easy. My journey's not been easy. It's been easy in periods. Yeah, there were years where it was easy when it was going well. But there's times it's been hell and back for me. But that's no different to any other successful person. Listen to David Goggins, hear his story. That's why I find him so inspiring. Because he's so honest and vulnerable and sincere about the agony and the pain and the insecurities and the shame that he had to work through and year in year, and still works through, to achieve what he's done and inspire so many people, including me, through his talks, his teachings, and the running that he does, and the whole, you know, all the things that he does. No, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. You're right. Of course, it can't just be all pain. That's a bit extreme, right? So as I always say, Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi, Daniel-san must find balance. My impression's not as good as it used to be, right? But you understand what I'm saying. When find balance, karate, everything work out. So there's a balance, of course. We're not saying every single day, traumatize yourself, face pain. That's too much. You're right. That's why I said, get a cat. You know, have love in your life, Karate Kid. You do need an outlet, but a positive one, a positive outlet. So that's, for me, an outlet is teaching, helping, coffee, family, cats, going for a run, boxing, training. So it's a balance. So you are right, of course. And I heard David Goggins, you know, he said something that pretty much I'm saying today. He said, I'm not telling people to, brutalize their mind every minute, but a couple of hours a day of suffering to grow. So maybe an hour a day of therapy, a 2-hour session a day, or like today, I'm sure for a lot of people, for me as well, I don't want people to be in pain, but being on this live stream, we would have all worked through some stuff today. We're here, let's be honest. But you've grown. I've grown by helping everyone, and you guys helping me, allowing me to share my story of you and help you. It's been great, but it's been moments of some discomfort, and that's a good thing. That's how you get better in life. Yeah, I understand that. I did that in my past. That was something that I overcame, same as you. I wouldn't judge anyone who does that. I couldn't judge them because I did that in my past, but I wouldn't say it's a good thing. I've got to be honest, that's not good for you. That's not something that's going to make your life better. But there isn't any judgment for me. So, again, about being true and learning. Fair enough. Get a bit more water here. Wow, that's amazing. We've got almost an hour and a half. I really appreciate everyone coming on stream. I do enjoy the long streams. I think they get better as they go along. But yeah, just processing what we've been going over today. And I've been, I've been doing a lot of journaling lately. It's been nice. I've been having time. I think I'm sure I'm going to get a book ready, because I'm reflecting on my journey. Because my vision now is, I've been saying that please, all of you, pray for me. I hope I can do it. I want the opportunity to go on more podcast shows so I can share my story. I want to help more people, get out to more people. I'm grateful that I am doing that. I've been doing that for a long time, but I feel that I want to help more people, and I need obviously a bigger platform to do that. And there's lots of my story that I feel I haven't shared, or maybe I have shared, but I want to share it in more detail on different platforms. So I've been making a lot of notes, reflecting on things that have worked for me, for clients, challenges, things that can help people. All in this area. My whole message is helping people that have got an anxiety disorder to live a better life. To be honest, mate, I don't follow those movements. I don't watch that stuff. I don't resonate with it, so I can't really speak on that. I just focus on what I'm doing, what I'm teaching. Nothing against it, but no, I don't follow that. I've got no comments on that. Oh, that's great, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the stream. And if you got a lot from it, subscribe to the channel. It's the first time I've met you on the stream. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. How you doing, Timmy? You all right, mate? It's been a long time. How are you? Yeah, we've been on the stream for about an hour and a half today. I'm in Latvia. I'm having a few days break. It's been lovely here. Come to see a friend. She's really nice. Lets me stay. Got nice cats. I went out into town today. My friend's gone to work, so it was good of her to give me the keys. And I went to the old Riga town, had a coffee, did some sightseeing, did some processing, and it's been great. Yeah, it's cold, but I'm used to it, because living in London all my life, so it's nothing I can't handle. But it's it's not the most coldest weather I've experienced, but I was here in the summer, so it is a bit colder, but I don't mind it. I just wrap up, just wear thicker clothes. Yeah, but if any of you know anyone who's got a good podcast show where it's positive, I'd love to come on and get the opportunity to share my story. I've got, especially with recovering from a mental health breakdown, I'd like to talk about that and my whole journey recovering back, and how I changed my teaching and how it can help more people to live a better day-to-day life. Even for people that necessarily, they might not want to be successful in ways in which I've been successful or other people, but they just want to live a happier life from day to day and move forward with their anxiety. I can help them with that if they're willing to apply the information and create what I call a daily routine. How you guys doing, all right? I wonder what they're thinking hearing me speak about all this stuff. What do you guys think about all this? About anxiety, facing your fears, living a better life? Is it putting you to sleep, or is it inspiring you guys? I think they're enjoying it, because they're really calm. Well, you guys have certainly reduced my anxiety being around you, such great company. They're lovely, man. No, not in that way. I don't do that teaching anymore, to be honest. I've changed my teaching, but I definitely help men to improve their relationships with people in general, and obviously that would include women, but I don't teach the old teaching that I used to. I come away from that. But yeah, a lot of you are going to see this stream later on as a video, and I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you will get a lot out of this, and this live stream, acts as a video. So yeah, I do a lot more videos on this channel. This is something that I love to do. I've got paid coaching programs. If anyone wants to work with me, send me an email, and then if I can work with you, I will. I only work with people that are committed on my paid coaching. So for people that can't make paid coaching or not committed, you've got all the free material. You've got my Instagram page where I post a lot of stuff there, client transformations, my training, tips on anxiety, confidence, how to live a better life. I did a podcast interview, a really good one, was it with a company called Mind Value on Instagram. You can find that, and I want to go on more shows. I've set a goal for that. I know I'm going to achieve it. But yeah, my advice to anyone, like I've said in this video, make it simple. Start daily, focus on you. Don't compare yourself to other people. Start to exercise regularly. Practice gratitude every day. One thing that you're grateful for. Try and socialize more consistently. Don't be on your own all the time. That's not healthy. But, also enjoy time on your own. Family, friends. Take courses. Get help. Get therapy. Get coaching. It's a good investment. Best investment you'll ever make if you get the right coach and the right relationship. Work on cleaning your apartment. Work on treating people how you want to be treated. That's an ongoing practice that will transform your life. Just start off small and keep improving. Improve your diet. All these different areas that are really common sense, but it takes courage and discipline. You're snoring. Man, I'm gonna miss these cats, man. They're just adorable, man. Man, I wish I could take you back to London. Of course, yeah, of course. Of course, you've got to get rid of people that are not good for you in your life. That's very important. Because if you're around negative people, then they're going to drag you down. But I'd also say it's important to not be negative yourself. A lot of people make the mistake of complaining that they've got negative people around them, but they don't realize that they're negative and they're also projecting that. So I had to do that in my life because I was around negative people, but at one stage I was very negative myself because I weren't happy and I was immature and I was struggling in my 20s. So I really worked at being a better person and being more positive towards people. And then I cut the people out of my life that were negative, became positive, and met positive friends. The interview's not on YouTube that I done, if that's what you're asking, or is it the cats that you're asking? It's on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I think my Instagram is Confidence Coach Jonathan. You should find it through that. What's the gentleman's name? Really nice guy from Mind Valley. Apologies, I meet a lot of people. Can't remember his name. I'm really good with faces. I did an interview for them, and a really, really good guy. I enjoyed it. I want to make you guys famous, man. You guys want to be... No, you don't want to be famous. Fame's not good, is it? Cats don't need to be famous. They're already awesome, man. You're snoring. Have I put you to sleep? Damn it, man. I thought my talks and teaching are interesting enough, made you snore. Well, at least I put you to sleep. I don't mind if I'm boring. It's snoring. Oh man, yeah, it's true. Yeah, you become like the people you are surrounded with, unless you're very determined to change. 100%. Cleaning's therapy. That's one of the secrets to living a happy life. I discovered that. You're definitely right. Let me show this for a second. I don't want to wake him up. Can you hear the? I don't know if you can you not hear the snoring? It's cracking me up. Oh man! You know how cute you are, man. Oh boy. I just love cats. They don't even bother me, man. Even if they snore. Sometimes, with animals, right? Obviously, they don't speak, but I just sometimes get a feeling that they can really understand what you're saying, and it's almost like they communicate with you. I don't know, just the body language. You just get a feeling. But it's just as well they don't. Can you imagine if the cat started speaking? I'm gonna. Yeah, the cat is snoring. Yeah, there's 3 of them. One is up on the window, awake, watching out. Where's the other one? I don't know where the other one is. This one is like snoring, it's cracking me up. I'll just show you. Can you see? Can you see it? So cute, man. Oh boy. Yeah, their energy is amazing. Being around them, it really is. Hello. Come. It's gonna come up. Look at this. How cute is this, man? You're gonna be famous, you know that. See, a cat is a lot more interesting than me or any person. I don't know, I just love they're just so fascinating how curious they are. I need to get one, man, because I don't know if my place is appropriate for a cat, because I live high up. I'm not sure if it's a Persian cat. I'm gonna ask my friend when she gets back. I've never seen cats like it, honestly, they're beautiful. Yeah, so majestic. What I was going to say, this has been an amazing stream, unbelievable. Yeah, I've been saying it recently, and a lot of people have appreciated it, and I appreciate it. It's an ongoing thing. You've got to work extremely hard if you want to be successful in life, and I include all the things that we've covered today. And I'm not just talking about making a lot of money, because people generally always, their mind tends to gravitate on that, and there's not entirely anything wrong with that, in my opinion, provided that you don't worship money, because that's not what I worship at all. But in terms of just living a good life, being healthy and being confident and being a better person, you gotta work hard. You gotta put a lot of time in. It's like anything; it's a full-time job if you want to get to where you want to get to. And I learned that on my journey. It was humbling and challenging at times. Now I love it, because yeah, adorable. They're beautiful. I didn't realize how much work had to go into me improving my life and changing as a person, because of the anxieties that I had and the insecurities and the lack of discipline, the lack of self-esteem, the negative thinking, the patterns. But when I started putting the work in, it was putting in the hard work that actually made me happy in myself and gave me confidence. And every time I work hard, or I help someone else to work hard, or I see someone else, you have a great sense of connection, happiness, joy, whatever you want to call it. What's that name? Frank, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. You just come out of the gym, yeah? What did you do? How was your workout? Yeah, we've had a great stream today. We've been on here about 102 minutes. I'm in Latvia, having a few days break with the cats here, so lovely. Really good stream today. What did you do in the gym? That's great. I've been saying that on the channel for a long time. For everyone to get down to the gym, start working out. It's a passion of mine. I absolutely love it, and I'm always so happy when people on this channel, like yourself or anybody that I meet, gets passionate and starts training, because I know what it's done for me and how much joy I get from it, and seeing people improving their mental health, confidence. So yeah, let us know what workout you done. I was working on legs, chest, running on a treadmill. That's a great workout, man. I love that. See, you're doing what I consider as, living a life of gratitude. That's success for me. I don't necessarily determine success in the way that most people do in our society today, which is fine. They think of success as something in the future, and it has to be about fame, followers, and money. I don't see it like that. I see it as what you've done. Daily gratitude. Getting down the gym, doing the workout. That's success, because if you stick with that leads to all bigger things anyway. Awesome, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming on the stream. Well done. You was on the stream for 103 minutes. All of you, well done for the stamina. I will be ending the stream soon. A few more minutes. We'll see if a few more people come on. You know what? I like to make a tea. Make myself another herbal tea. Just have a short toilet break. And let's see if a few more people come on. See, I like breaking records and pushing myself. When I like doing this a lot. And this is a personal thing that helps a lot of people. Sometimes, for example, my mind, obviously naturally, my mind will say, okay, end the stream, because I could end it. It's been a great stream. Oh man, thank you, man. That means a lot. It's great gratitude there. I enjoyed every minute too. But maybe go on a little bit longer. One sec. So we'll have a break. Those of you that want to go, you're welcome to go. You've been on the stream a long time. We'll be going to Holland next month for 4th. Well done, man. Amazing. So yeah, short toilet break. I'm going to make a tea. If you guys and girls want to stay on a bit longer, we'll stay on a bit longer. We'll see what happens. I still got some more time. My friend she'll be coming back in about 2 hours time, so We'll see. We'll keep it going, and if I get a bit more tired and we've had enough, then we'll call it a day and continue on. So let's have a little bit of a break. Just a sec. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, put the questions in. Just a few minutes. I'm just making the tea and having a toilet break. I've been on the stream for we've been on for like an hour and a half or so. So any questions, put them down. Any questions? I'm coming just a sec. Feeling a bit. I'm feeling really good today, energetic, but a little bit tired. I think it's normal for travelling. Bit of energy. A bit of dark chocolate's good for you. So yeah, where do we get some questions going? Just a second. Right. So where was I? Kind of thinking I need to say now because I've said so much. So yeah, if you're new to the stream and you just come on, I had a realization last night. I wrote this down so I could do the stream and share it with everyone. That with my own journey, and I believe this to be true with coaching people, that I've realized. I mean, this has been processing a 20 or 15 year journey of my own journey with anxiety and anxiety recovery, whatever you want to call it, changing my life, and then coaching other people for 12 years. It's easier for me to face the majority of my anxieties, and I believe the same for you, than it is for me to sit at home worrying about them and thinking about them. Because sitting down and thinking about your anxieties, it's torture. If you keep doing it, you just get scared and your mind exaggerates it. Whereas if you just say, okay, yeah, it makes me anxious, it scares me, it makes me uncomfortable, but I want to go and face it because I want to get to the other side of it. When you go and face it, even if you're nervous, you're uncomfortable, however it makes you feel, you get through it and then you feel better. You know, that you can't really get a better option than that. And I give an example, and I wrote this last night, made some notes. It took me years to travel because I was so frightened of traveling because I built it up in my head and I put it off. Like I was saying to you guys earlier, things not to do if you've got anxiety, if you want to move forward. And I made it something that it wasn't. And eventually, now having faced that anxiety and conquered it, I look back and say, what was I worried about? Of course, it's human. You can always say, you know, we have fears, but it was easier in practice. I did well, I did it successfully. So my mind lied. It told me a lot of lies. It said that I wouldn't be able to travel, that I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't good enough, it wasn't the type of person that I was, I'm different, all those lies. And I just wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to cope with the stress that comes with traveling, with the booking tickets, with getting your passport, checking in, getting on planes, traveling to new countries, meeting new people. I handled all those things really well. It actually made me realize that I was a lot more confident than I actually thought I was, and a lot more capable. And I'm saying to people that are listening, if I can do it, so can you. Whatever anxiety that you have, if you face it, and look, worst case scenario, if you do get awkward and you mess up, then you just go again until you get it right. But even that's better. That's way better than sitting at home and wasting years of your life not doing anything about it, because it won't get better by doing nothing. In most cases. So yeah, you know, I was really processing that and thinking it through. Not just thinking intellectually, but, you know, experience. Yeah, this is like going over 15, 20 years, like real gratitude. This is like healing, growing. And, you know, recent sessions I've had with clients, coaching them. Sleeping. People don't realize, all of us have this as a point, people don't realize what they can do until they do it. That's kind of what I learned. That's what changed my life. It's been, and daily grateful for it. People don't realize what they can do until they actually make themselves do it. But for as long as you're, excuse me, sorry, I need a bit of energy. I feel a bit tired. So I know it's very annoying when someone's eating, especially on a live stream. I need the energy to give to you guys and girls. yeah, so, you know, you don't realize what you can do until you do it. And that's what gives you confidence. There's nothing